What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today, baby, your girl is cooking up a storm brown stew salmon fish recipe in the kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not already, and turn the post notification on so you won't miss an upload. And for all I'm returning goodie, and I don't know something the girl loving her, on the ready for cook, let's cook.
Look what prayer can do. Hypocrite and bad mind must slow. The same mouth will cheer for you, and the same one them would turn round and boo. Yeah. Prayer me I use and win. Prayer me I use and win.
Okay, goodies, let's start cooking. And this recipe is a requested one. Now we have our salmon here that has already been washed with salt, lemon juice, and vinegar. I made slices into the fish, okay? Now I'm going to show you two ways that you could cook up your salmon. Now you could go ahead and remove the skin part of the salmon if you choose, but in my kitchen I like to leave the skin on only because it traps in moisture into the fish. And such as this recipe, we are going to fry it, and if you over fry it, it's going to be dry and trashy. Now if you keep the skin on, it will not be over fried because the moisture is locked in. It's less chance of you ruining the recipe. Now here we have onions and scallion and thyme and bell peppers and garlic, hot pepper, tomatoes. Listen, you're going to need your vegetables, okay? You cannot cook the brown stew fish recipe without all these good vegetables. So go ahead and get your vegetables all prepped and ready for cooking. Now we are going to season our salmon fish here. And of course, you could use any other fish of your choice, but this one was highly requested. Now all I'm doing here is adding some salt to it, okay? Now you don't have to put salt on the back part of the fish if you are keeping the skin on like I'm doing, but I'm going to show you how to do it if you're going to do it skin off. You definitely want to season both sides skin off, okay? Now all you have to do here is add some black pepper to it. Very simple. And I'm going to use some fish seasoning. This is the Grace brand, but they have so many different fish seasonings on the shelf. Just go ahead and just get whatever works for you. You can even use Obey seasoning if you like, all right? But just be sure that if you're again doing skin off on your fish, you season both sides of the fish. You get that right? Skin on one side, skin off both sides. Easy, fast, easy, and simple. Okay? Now we're just gonna let it sit and mellow out and move on to the next step. Now in my pan here, I have some oil, maybe about 3/4 cup of oil. We just go ahead and place the fish facing down. So skin up, facing down, just like we're doing here. Now as you can see, I am showing you how to prepare it with skin off. You're going to do the same thing when you're doing skin off. Just place the fatter part of the fish down into the frying pan. Allow it to cook for about 5 minutes on a medium heat. Do not overcook, do not burn the fish. Go ahead and turn it and do the same thing on the other side. Now after that time has passed, you want to make sure that you check your fish just to make sure you have the color, the desired color. All right, and it really doesn't matter if the color is perfect because you remember we're doing brown stew here, all right? But you want to make sure it's crisp, it's holding, if that makes any sense, because salmon is a very delicate kind of fish and it will fall apart if it's not holding, okay? So just make sure it fried to the crisp, so when you take it out of the pot, it doesn't fall into die-sized pieces. Now go ahead and just repeat the same thing with the second batch if you're in fact making as much fish as I am here. When you get to the nice little crisp color or feel, the fish is turning without breaking apart, that's when you know that the fish is ready and the fish is ready to be removed. You take it out of the pot and then you set it aside. Alright, goodies, so now that we have achieved that step, what we are going to do is this. And this step is very critical. As you can see here, your fish is beautiful, nice, and tender. Not dry up, and burn up. Alright? Simple, nice, and full of flavor here. You can even eat it just like that, right? But anyhow, this is what you want to do. You want to go ahead and in that pot, you're going to remove that oil because it's going to be burnt and bitter, right? You don't want to use the eyelet. Go ahead and use the same pot, but do not rinse the pot out because it does have flavor from the fish that you cooked. Go ahead and add some oil here, maybe about 2 or 3 tablespoons of your favorite oil. Then add about 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. You can use regular fresh garlic, you know, the clove one, use that if you want, but I'm just making my life really simple these days. Okay, so we're going to go for this method. Give it a good little toss for about 30 seconds here, don't burn it, and then you go ahead and add all your vegetables in to the mix here. And again, goodie, my fire here is still at a medium heat because I'm not trying to burn up my food today. Now to that, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, you might say just go ahead and add your favorite kind of a vinegar, but you want to add vinegar to these vegetables, okay? Now give it a toss for about another 30 seconds, and this is what you are going to do after. Now it's time for us to season these vegetables. You want it to have flavor, so I added some onion powder to it, and then I added some garlic powder to it as well. Remember, we are talking flavor, I know. Now you want to go ahead and add black pepper to it. After your black pepper comes your fish seasoning of your choice. And now you may say you don't have this fish seasoning. Just use any kind of seasoning. Maybe if you have all-purpose seasoning, you could use that as well because all-purpose goes on everything. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of paprika, and the paprika is totally optional because again we're making brown stew. We're going to color it up with our browning, right? Toss it around a little bit just to make sure everything is evenly saturated out through your seasonings. Then you're going to add about a half cup of water. Based on how much people you're cooking for, you might want to add just a little bit more water, right? But I'm going to take my other half cup right here. So now my fire again is at a very low to medium heat. Do not put it on high heat because you're going to overcook these vegetables. We just want it to mellow out and simmer into the vegetables, okay? Now all you have to do is go ahead and cover it up and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Now moving right along, when you come back in 5 minutes, this is exactly what your vegetables is going to look like at a medium heat. All that flavor has went right in through the seasoning. Just go ahead and remove it from the stove and put it into a container such as anyone where you have in your kitchen, and let it sit and wait. Now good, moving from this step, I lost a clip, y'all, of my my video. Oh my goodness, but guess what, don't worry, I'm going to explain the entire method to you. One video clip is lost. Don't ask me where it is because man, I was so disappointed. But anyway, this is what you're going to do though. You're going to get about a cup of water, and then add about 3/4 cup of what do you call it, ketchup. Brain freeze again, go to brain freeze. Just add some ketchup into the water. I'm going to list everything that I'm using in the description box, all right? And then about a teaspoon of browning, and mix that into the mix. That's all you need. A cup of water, 3/4 cup of ketchup or tomato paste. If you want to go tomato paste, use 2-3 tablespoons of that, and just go ahead and add your browning. Now this is where the clip is lost, yeah, but let me explain it to you. What I did was add the fish into the pot, then I added the vegetables on top of the fish, okay? And after I added the vegetables on top of the fish, I added the mixture that I showed you with the water and the ketchup and everything, and placed it on top of the fish right here. So that clip is M to the I to the A. Me no know where they go, the me no know where they dopey must teeth it. But that is what I did, and I covered it up and allow it to steam until it was nice and ready. Now, while it was steaming, okay, I decided I was going to make a quick steamed vegetable. So I have some cabbage here that I just kind of diced up, add some mixed vegetable to it, add a little bit of black pepper and my favorite season, my vegetable seasoning here. Listen, that was it. I didn't even have any salt. No, I never add no salt to it. I just wanted to be very mellow. And that's all I did here. I did add a little bit of oil to it, favorite oil of your choice. I did use extra virgin olive oil here. Toss it round right here, as you can see, and then after I do that, I just went ahead and just move it to the fire at a medium heat, and then I allowed it to steam for maybe about 10 minutes because I like my vegetables very crisp. Maybe 10-15 minutes at the most, nice and crisp, and that was it. And then when I was done, the fish here is perfect. It did take me about 15 minutes because you don't want to overcook your salmon, okay? Just allow all that good juices to flow down into your fish. And again, y'all, I will list everything that I use for this recipe, even though I think I did go over everything, but I'm going to list everything down there for you guys, okay? I promise I do that. I hope you guys are enjoying these recipes because the girl I bring it, you know what I say? Don't forget to share this good love goodie because, honey, look at that. On the plate, rice and peas steamed vegetable, brown stew salmon with cucumbers and tomatoes, boo. In the kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. Now be sure that you spread the love again with all your friends and family. Tell them we are going over here. Go to bring them, come and send them, come. I'm waiting. When you get done doing all of that, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy.